All right, in this segment, we have two very special guests joining us via Skype from the UK.
Please welcome two members of the Hellblade team, Tameem, the creative director, and Melina, the voice of Senua.
Oh my God.
Oh, hey.
Welcome, you all. How are you two doing today?
Great,
Looking
thanks.
beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining our tiny little show.
Yes, we really appreciate it, and frankly, we need it. I'm just going to come out right out and say it.
Yeah. So how are you all doing today? It looks like
Good, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. What about you, Ethan?
I'm doing all right. Can use some more coffee. But
I could use some more coffee too.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you again for joining us. All right, so let's get right into it. Can you give us a quick summary of Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice?
Yeah, so it's a smallish game by our standards, I think, at Ninja Theory. It's like we call it independent AAA. It's trying to make a game that looks and feels and sounds like a big AAA game, but actually has the heart of an indie game.
Sure.
So that's why it's like half the price of normal retail games, and it's a shorter experience, about 7 hours or so. And it's about Senua, played by Melina, who's a Celtic warrior, and she's traveling on this vision quest into Viking territory to get back the soul of her lover. And what makes it different is that Senua has psychosis, so she sees and hears the world very differently. And as a player, you see and hear the world as she would.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like a historical drama, but adventure, but because of the way she sees the world, it becomes a fantasy.
Yeah.
It's
Definitely intense.
Definitely intense. And you guys mentioned how it's an indie game, but it has production values of a full game. It is one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen. So huge congrats to you all.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I was gonna say the awards prove it too. Like you guys have won a ton of awards, and
we don't like to talk about the awards.
Oh, I see. Okay, I got it. No, it's fine. I mean, honestly, I just walk around with it. I'd go to Starbucks, be like, oh yeah, no, I
You might
got
get
this.
free coffee. Yeah,
exactly.
You never know. Melina, actually, your journey to becoming a Senua was actually interesting. You started off by being a video editor. You started as a video editor and slowly did motion capture, and then you became the lead. Can you talk about the development? Because that is interesting to me. That is fascinating.
Yeah, I was just shooting behind the scenes and creating the dev diaries that you can watch on YouTube. And when the original actress decided to take on a different job, then Ninja Theory kind of asked me to do a few tech experiments with them, like trying on the suit and the helmet and shooting some scenes. And then after a while, Tam thought that I had some potential, I guess. And then they offered me the role.
It was also cheaper that way.
Yeah, it was
Well, I think you did a great job regardless of the price. I think it was fantastic. And you even won the Game Award. How was that going up on stage and having that be your first performance and winning an award? That must have been insane.
Yeah, that was really, really scary. I've never been on a stage in front of people, so I was dying on the inside. But yeah, I managed.
But happy though.
Yeah, but happy, of course.
Sure. No, I mean, honestly, congrats. I can't imagine that journey. Like, you can talk about it all you want, but it's nuts. And seriously, you should be proud of what you guys have accomplished. The game is, I think, reception has been insane. You guys have done very well for yourselves, and it's been an absolute joy to see this whole adventure unfold.
Absolutely.
So obviously with Mixer and everyone's, we've seen a lot of people streaming this game, and with the resurgence of the Xbox release, I think we're seeing a lot more streams kind of coming back. In your guys' opinion, what's like the best way to experience this game with viewers, with the headphones? Like how should someone play this game for their first time?
Yeah, so headphones in the dark with a 4K HDR TV is the ideal setup.
And pizza.
No,
Pizza.
now the reason you should play with headphones is because to replicate how people hear voices, and we work with people who are voice hearers. They hear voices, and we worked with them for 3 years on this to try and get the experience right. We use a technique called a binaural recording, which is this special microphone that has ears, rubber ears on it, and we had theatrical actors jumping, grabbing each other, screaming, shouting around and talking around this microphone. And when you put on headphones, it replicates exactly what it was like in that point. So you can hear the voices, not just the direction they come from, which you get from a 5.1 or 7.1 setup, but you can hear how close they are. You can pinpoint their positions.
Yeah.
And it's really, really unnerving and strange. So that's why we say play with headphones. They don't even have to be expensive headphones. They can be just regular cheap headphones. But you'll get a quality of sound that you just cannot get with a surround sound setup.
Oh,
It's so good.
good to
Yeah,
know, yeah.
sound is such an important part of games because it really builds that immersion. So I love that you all are focusing on that. Just to take a quick, just go back to the story real quick. I know the story obviously is dealing with some very strong topics. How is that creating the story, Tameem? And Melina, how is it like acting that? It must have been very taxing on you.
Yeah, you definitely have to get into a dark space when you play that role. Yeah. So sometimes I would just like sit on the floor for 30 minutes and try and get into the zone, and I forbid everybody to talk to me because I really had to focus on the scene. And once I was ready to go, I just went, okay, let's go. And everybody started rolling the cameras and then the tears are rolling, and it's quite hard.
Writing it was hard as well, like because a lot of these stories, and they're a composite of a lot of people's experience and people we've been working with. So, like, I don't think of Senua's story as fictional. I see it as a combination of real people's experiences, and it's some of it's quite heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And you got to put yourself in their shoes and really go, like Melina did, really go deep and dark. And then when the game was released, you sort of got to crawl out of that hole with your fingernails.
Yeah,
I didn't expect it to affect me like that.
That's really cool. I think one thing, obviously, like the big difference with games and movies is with games you're actually playing the experience, and we're getting to a point in the industry where like more and more story-driven games are just like making you connect so much with the characters, and you guys hit the nail on the head with this game. Like
Absolutely.
It is very emotional and very intense.
Yeah, absolutely. Real quick, you guys also did something cool upon the release where you said if you sold a certain amount of copies, you would donate money. How did that come about? I think that was a really cool thing that you all did.
Well, last year we did on Mental Health Awareness Day. We put all proceeds of the game towards a mental health charity in the UK called Rethink Mental Illness. And we raised £60,000, so about $80,000.
Wow.
So we wanted to, because we released on Xbox, we wanted to do something for Xbox players, a chance for them to, because people actually, believe it or not, like to give money and feel good about it,
Yeah.
So we wanted to do something similar. We just wanted a different idea, something fun online on Twitter. So if we hit this target, 50,000 sales, we'll give $25,000, and then if we hit 100,000, we'll give another 25,000. So we hit 25,000, and when we do sell 100,000, we'll donate that. So in total, that will be like $100,000.
Jeez. Yeah, that's awesome.
This isn't from us. This is from players.
Yeah.
So, and people feel good about it. It's really great about it. So it's a bit of marketing, sure, but it's
deeper than that.
It's a good way to do marketing, which is it helps everyone.
Yeah, honestly, like if everyone did marketing like that, it'd be a little bit better place.
Better world, I would agree.
Yeah, no, that's great. So you guys, do you want, like, obviously this game is deep. We've talked about how it's pretty dark, it's intense, but it's a great story. Do you guys want to keep pushing the boundaries of games like this as a studio? Is this kind of the trajectory you're looking towards in the future?
I think we'll always do a mix. I mean, this particular. Although the team was, pretty small, it was about 20 people on average that made it. The actual Ninja Theory team is 100 people, so we've got a bunch of other projects on the go, and they're very different, all of them. I like this kind of deep, introspective, dark journey, and I didn't intend for it to be scary, which does make me think, well, what happens if we do try and make something really scary?
Yeah.
So, I mean...
you should.
So maybe I'm thinking of that. But what I learned from Hellblade was just how powerful gaming can be, in a way that films and books can struggle, because you don't participate in books and films, but you do participate in games. And that's a power, I think... I knew was there, but I didn't quite realize its potential until we started to hear feedback from players about Hellblade.
Yeah, it's insane. I agree 100% with what Ethan said and what you said to me.
Yeah.
Games are so much less passive that you end up just immersing yourself and you just become a part of the game, and it really affects you.
Please make a scary game. Please make a scary game. That would be
fantastic.
sick. That would be so sick.
Yeah, but piggybacking off of that, Melina, do you plan on doing any more performance in games? Because since you did so well the first time.
Well, my main job is still video editing here at Ninja Theory, so I'm here pretty much full time. But I've had a few castings on the side, and I'm still waiting to hear back about it. And
Nice.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we've got our own in-house. Melina's German. I don't know if you know, but I sort of think of her as our own in-house female Arnold Schwarzenegger. We'd be crazy not to use her again.
A compliment.
Yeah. I would take it. Are you kidding me?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like that comparison.
So good. Anyway, thank you all for joining us. Before we go, do you have anything you want to give to or say to the fans who have supported Hellblade?
I just think I'm grateful to all of our fans. But what's been particularly nice is that usually when you release a game on one platform and then the other, like you get a lot of rivalry and infighting amongst the fans. And on this game, I'm just grateful that everyone has just been so supportive and just gone, we're glad you guys have got the chance to play the game.
They're all being very nice.
Everyone's really nice to each other. And thank you Xbox players for being patient. I mean, we did optimize the game for Xbox, and we wanted to make sure it was like, the HDR is beautiful on it. We put 10% off for pre-orders and in the first week, and we did all this stuff because we do genuinely just want people to go in and love the game and know that we want them to have a great experience with it.
Well, it was, honestly, absolutely worth the wait. It was a lot of fun. Tam and Mel, thank you so much. We had a great time chatting with you.
Thank you.
All right, let's kick it back to the live show.